You wake up during a resort trip on a normal inconspicuous day, and bam, you slept on both your arms at the same time. So now to get through the rest of the day, you need to use your leg. Then bam again. You hear some scary noises coming from around the resort, and you begin to search for the source of the noise. And then bam, a dead body falls from a balcony above. You tell yourself, that's suspicious, and go about your day, and then you hear the voice of an Australian Jesus, who informs you of the undead zombies walking around, aka undead people, surrounding the resort as he guides you to safety. But that sounds like a regular vacation to me. With that being said, I'm your host, Should I Prestige, and today we are attempting to beat Dead Island with only kicking. But before we can get into that, check out our sponsor for today's video, the Should I Prestige YouTube channel, where you can find only the best videos with questionable quality at best, found only here on youtube.com platform. Thank you to our sponsors for their continuous support. Now back to the video. Wow, what a great view. Nothing bad's gonna happen here, is there? Oh, I got a dead body. 2 dead bodies. What am I gonna do? Ah! We gotta get on this elevator and leave. Oh my god, the elevator's breaking. What am I gonna do? Oh my god, I'm falling. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna die? Am I gonna die? Oh, look, there's undead individuals. They look normal for the most part, but they look like they want to kill me at the same time, so we'll see. Oh. Yes, sir. Oh my god, it's the infected. I gotta run away. Luckily, I'm fast ASF, just like Sonic. And I'm gonna just get out of here like nothing, because I'm a W guy like that. Check these moves out. I'm stunning on them. Ankles broken. And they can't open doors because they're stupid, dumb zombies. But they got Fist of Fury like Mike Tyson. So, I mean, there's that. Luckily, these 2 men were here to save me. Shout out to them. Luckily, they had morphine and what's it called? Morphine and other narcotics to keep me under while they did surgery on me. What is going on? What are these visions? Why is this guy trying to kill me? What did I do? Obviously, I can hear you, man. Do I look infected? Nah, I don't look infected, so I don't know why this guy's tripping. He's tripping for no reason. Nah, he's gonna ask me again. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, seems like you're a little bit of both. Upon rescue, some stupid broad wants you to help the guy that saved your life, even though you just woke up less than a minute ago and she's incapable of helping him herself. So we are forced to grab a paddle and to help defend our savior. Even though the paddle is needed to go outside, it is not required to defeat the zombies. Before continuing, I would like to lay out the ground rules for the challenge. Those being, I can only kick my enemies into submission as long as it involves defeat, then I'm in. Wink, wink. I also will have a death counter alongside the top right of the screen for your viewing pleasure. Once back inside, we learn that John Sinamoy, the lifeguard who saved our lives, has made contact with someone that could possibly lead to us getting off the island. But we lose contact before pinpointing our next move. Sinamoy tells us to clear the lifeguard post to get a better signal to re-establish connection with the mysterious voice.
Name's John Sinamoy, head lifeguard here. Voice on the radio told me you were in trouble at the hotel. Said you were resistant to whatever this is. I didn't believe it. Then I found you. I saw the bite marks. You got no symptoms, but those aren't love bites, are they? I don't know who you are or how you know that guy on the radio, but he's our only connection with the outside world. We keep losing him. thing coming. So here's the thing. We need to move everybody to the main lifeguard station. There's an ambulance there with more equipment and a stronger radio with an antenna. I hate to ask, but we can't do this without you. Will you help me? I can do that. Good. First off, we need an access card to get past the security gate. Mine's in my room. With all the commotion, I forgot to take it with. It's in my bungalow weapon, by the pools. Take a weapon and watch yourself. You may be immune, but I don't mean you can't die.
We acquire a passport for Cinemoy before officially making our way to the lifeguard tower. Once there, we encounter our first lose scenario where we have to wait out death when a zombie locks you into an animation that can only be escaped through the use of 2 buttons that both involve your fist, making this a lose-lose scenario. So far, we have only encountered one enemy type, the basic walker zombie. However, upon clearing the front gate of threats, it spawns the thug variant of zombies from the garage, which are taller, stronger, and slower than regular zombies. They also knock you down upon being hit, but luckily you are still able to regain stamina after being hit. We can also use syringes to recover a bit of health when needed. Ah yes, passport has been acquired. Time to return to Cinemoy. That is my mission. Beep boop bop beep. Beep boop bop.
Ready to go out there again?
I'm up for it.
Take the beach. It's the shortest way. We'll come as soon as we know it's safe. There should be a working radio inside. Signal us when it's clear, and we'll follow you.
Ah yes, we have made it to the lifeguard tower, and yes, I'm playing this in real time and not speeding up the footage of the gameplay and speaking over after the fact. But that is besides the point. It is me dying right here to this broad right here, because this is what I was talking about with the instant lose scenarios. Other than that, I'm having fun. I'm just beating up women, which is not good IRL, but in video game works, especially because they're undead. So I mean, that works out. These guys are pretty easy so far. We're at the beginning stages of the game. And now time for the thug shaker zombie that does the thug shaker. And there he is. He's just beating up that man that's already dead and eating his guts. I don't know why. He's already dead. But he's pretty tanky compared to these peons that I've been fighting before. But he'll go down momentarily. You'll see. It's pretty easy. You just keep going and 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 keep going. And I'm probably going to cut it a little early because there's no point. It's just this for literally like a few minutes. Probably like a minute or 2 minutes of just straight kicking him back and forth. And it's not really that fun to watch. But I did it because I chose to do this, and that's where I am right now. There's some more walker zombies. We had to clear out the area of the infected. We could also use a flashlight, which is not really useful apart from maybe this part and some later sections. But even then, I forgot about the flashlight and never used it again. But once I'm cleared with this outpost, we're good to go. What can I say? And then I die again, so I guess we're not good to go. But after this, we'll be good to go. Now at the lighthouse, we must help the people around the lighthouse to give you access to shops, a vehicle, and eventually Cinemoy's next mission. Yes, the doctor needs to reach the medical supply center, and I will help the doctor in reaching the medical supply center at the lighthouse. Lifeguard tower, I mean. Like I said before, I said lighthouse, but I meant to say lifeguard tower. So, my apologies. But we clear this room out of the zombies' threats, and we're kind of like cool like that, and we get a reward from the doctor. And then now we're gonna go to grab some car parts for this truck.
You know where to find me.
Alright, we just need 4 car parts. We grab those real quick, and then we're finally able to drive our own truck. Pretty good, pretty cool. Everything's pretty distant, so that helps us out majorly. We drive up to the lighthouse where we meet James to do exactly what we just did, but this time at the lighthouse. We retrieve the fuel to burn the bodies at the lifeguard post for some easy XP. We then fixed the transformers around the resort to be able to power up the lighthouse once again using bunkers that need to be interacted with and cleared out of zombie threat. That lets us finish the last mission for the Cinemoy people, and now he wants us to gather supplies for him in the forms of food and water. Apparently that's not enough for him and sends me out again in search of more food because we're just his puppet. And what do you know? You guessed it. He does in fact send us to get even more supplies, this time from the resort itself, only from a different part than where we were staying. At this point, it's starting to take forever to kick people to death, so running through the resort seems like the best course of action unless explicitly necessary to stop. I would just like to leave these clips in here just to show you how long it takes to kill some of these bosses and some of these stronger special enemies compared to the regular enemies. This just exemplifies the pain and torture that I had to endure just to beat the game. Not even due to difficulty, just to the time consumingness of this. And that we're turning the fuel, we are able to burn our comrades down. I know they're former comrades, but we still get to burn them. And then we get to turn on the generators for the lighthouse to recover the lighthouse because the lighthouse needs to be on. Eventually, I should say, because considering it's summertime out here. But in order to do that, we must power off our generators first. And that's pretty easy to do, honestly. There's just a few zombies just coming around. But yeah, that was pretty easy. Just turn on levers and talk to Marcus. And then we can return back to Darwin to turn on our lighthouse. Simple as that. And now that the lighthouse is on our side, we can go back to the lifeguard tower.
All right.
Simple as that.
Works. Go tell Darwin the good news.
Okay.
Nice. Maybe we can finally get this fucker to work. Thanks.
I got the radio going, but I'm not hearing anything.
Of course, man. I could always find food and water for you. It's not a hassle at all.
But don't worry. I have something for you to do in the meantime. We're running very low on food and water. Think you can find some?
Yes, sir.
I'm in.
Okay then. Don't bother with the hotel. With the power out, it's way too dangerous in there. Check the bars by the swimming pools. Bring everything you can find. Anything at all. Okay? In the meantime, I'll keep trying to reach this guy.
And then I die again on my way there. But that doesn't matter. We are now on to the resort, where we look for an entrance to the actual Reels resort. But in just a moment. First, we must find food cans from where we just found one. I don't know what he's on. I don't know why he can't go himself, considering he's like the strongest person there. Logically speaking and thinking through our thoughts properly, it would take us to the gas station because it's the closest thing to like a grocery store around here. I thought of that all by myself, might I add, and not because the game has a waypoint exactly where the food is. And once the first gas station is found to not have anything, we take our behind to the second gas station using our pickup truck, which would be like the best thing to use to transport food, like that is heavy, that requires two hands and stops me from being able to do anything. I do have one gripe, complaint, concern, if you will, that I seem not to understand to the fullest extent. With that being, what is the point of us grabbing food and water, or maybe I should say food and liquid, when we grab juice packs and that's it, just juice. Literally, I grabbed 4 separate things and they were all just juice. And then I'm gonna come back here and he's gonna complain and moan about whatever he complains and moans about, even though we're doing everything for him and he doesn't want to leave the tower and he's not even contacting the dude from the island. Overall, L friend, honestly, L lifeguard. He's supposed to save us too, but he's just using us. But back to my main point. My main point being, why just juices? There was no food there. It doesn't make sense. Maybe it's because the game's old. That's probably it. I mean, like, the game's pretty short in length anyways.
Thanks, mate. I've tried every frequency I can and nothing, mate. Silence. No trace of that guy who said he could help us. Dominic's trying to boost the transmitter. Who knows how long that'll take. Meanwhile, everything you bring disappears in a flash. We're almost down to nothing. I was afraid to even think about it, but I don't think we have a choice. I need you to go look for supplies in the town. Can you do this for us?
I'm gonna be honest here, I don't really have any more to add to this. I'm just trying to show you that even sped up, it takes so long to get through some of these fights with some of these special zombies. So if you're trying to skip it, just go to 1615 for the next integral moment. Much like before, a different guy is over the intercoms watching over us as we traverse through the corridors. This guy watches one of his buddies die in a very painful demise. He then sends you to mess with some modules in the control room because he's too scared to do it himself. Helping him gives us a powerful truck that can be used in the future for great story purpose. I know we kind of fell in the elevator prematurely and we can't hear him, but he basically just sends us on a fetch quest to go retrieve Ken, and hopefully he's alive at the time of arrival, but we'll see, I guess. Probably not, considering I just said moments ago that he watches his friend die a gruesome death, but that's besides the point.
I need something for the pain. Otherwise, I ain't gonna fucking...
Pay attention. Listen, the hotel needs to be rebooted. Luckily, you can reset it manually in a server room. But first, you gotta get past those bloody psychos. I used to work with those poor bastards. Jesus Christ. Rebuilding it isn't difficult, but it does take some time. Follow the on-screen instructions and there shouldn't be a problem. Watch your back. You bloody made it? Good. The door to the parking lot is unlocked, and a large part of the system is up and running again. I'm just worried about the power in the parking lot.
Good job. I didn't want to say so, but I was afraid it might not be there. Yes, maybe you can check it out.
We are now sent to a Black Hawk crash site to investigate what went wrong and what supplies we can get from it. Once there, we meet a deadlier fungusy zombie and Nikolai for assistance as we run to the bunker for retreat.
Nothing for your trouble.
Cinnamon wants us to soup up our truck even further through the application of armor plates covering the whole body of the truck. He knows just the man for the job. Meet Earl, the friendly mechanic, the man whom we must defend to upgrade our vehicle. Even after getting bit, he uses his last moments to help us out and give us his daughter, who does absolutely nothing throughout the entirety of the game and is just annoying. We finish up Act 1 and head over to Act 2 on a different map, where yet again we meet a new really tough zombie, the Ram zombie, who's in a straitjacket built like Eddie Hall and rams you like Aaron Donald, hence the name Ram. He is very difficult to land hits on without being hit yourself, but one way to increase my damage output, conveniently placed in front of the church. Our next destination, in essence, cleansing his soul from his body. The bells still ringing in the church, we enter to find a thug that must be eliminated before turning the bells off. Helen then sends us to check the water pump to see if her men are still alive and what is taking them so long. We arrive at the water pump to see it has been taken over by punks, humans with guns, that we must outmaneuver to do ample damage while staying alive in the process. We clear the pump and find Helen's men, releasing them to man the pump.
Let's open this up. I knew Mother Helen would send someone. Now that these devils are gone, we can take care of the water. We'll go with Frank to start the pumps. But in the meantime, we could use more help. It looks like the equipment is basically okay. Power's okay. Pumps working. Filters, I just worry about pressure. It's too low. It looks like we have some open fire hydrants. Yeah, 5 of them. Getting better.
They then send us around the zombie infested map to hand turn off 5 different fire hydrants to reduce water consumption across the island. In order to shut off the fire hydrants, you must hold the interact key within a short period of time while the zombies are doing their best to try to defend it by hitting you away. We return to Helen, who sends us handyman Joseph to guide us to the underground sewers, and he is only useful as a guide and isn't very good at combat. I forgot to mention earlier, but one of our skill points allows us to stomp out zombie heads when they are capacitated on the ground. The easiest way to get them onto the ground is through the use of the jump kick, the high probability of knocking them down upon being hit.
We're here. Behind that door is the entrance to the sewers. Lead the way.
Entering the sewer, we close some valves to gain access to the rest of the sewer and are introduced to the floater zombie who spurts bodily acid at you, has lots of health, and is very difficult to knock over.
That was a dog's night, goddamn player. That's all right. That asshole just said the exact same thing those motherfuckers at the police station did. Things got a shit, and it's every fuck with for himself. 300 families. The flushest motherfuckers in the city. It's just like Norman's. They got theirs, who gives a shit if the ghetto burns. And they're just playing for their own team. Now I think it's about time we get to say, what are you saying? I'm saying that we have to find that guy on the radio. And the lifeguard? We promised to help. Oh, fuck the lifeguard, man. If not for him, we wouldn't be stuck here like this. Make the call. Jen, are you there? Yes, I'm here. Were you able to get anything? We're calling it off. Come get us to the sewer exit. Wait, what are you planning to do? Look, if we're gonna survive, we need to get the hell out of here. No one here is gonna help us. We're supposed to be the ones helping. We're the only ones who can. I couldn't help my father, but I can help the others. Jin, listen. The best way to help everyone is to find that guy from the radio. He's the only one who understands what's going on. We're only wasting our time here. I promised I would get those people food and medicine, and I will, with or without your help. We're staying with the plan, or I'm taking a car and you're on your own. You won't make it without us, doll. You know it's true. And if you leave us here without transportation, we're not gonna make it either. No one's going to make it if we don't help them. The bird is right. What do you want to do, Jin? It's up to you. I want to supply everyone. The resort, the church, the police station. The motherfuckers at the police station? Are you kidding me? We'll supply everyone but the police station. Those assholes can fend for themselves. Then we'll find the voice from the radio. Agreed? I'll be at the sewer exit. Over now.
We finally make it out of the sewer to the city to find that they are useless. We talk amongst ourselves and decide to help each other, but Jin is stupid and has other plans, so we must supply the church and the Cinemoy people with supplies. We do a hostile takeover of a supermarket taken over by punks to retrieve supplies for our previous allies, who I may mention have used us as guinea pigs for their plans, as we are the only ones resistant to the virus. And bullets too, I guess. I mean, look at us. We're not even dying and we're getting shot multiple times. Also, another thing to note is that the human enemies are way easier to take care of than zombie enemies. Even though they have guns and you'd think it'd be more difficult, they're easier to take down. As we load up the last supply crate, more people come to reap the rewards and we are forced to make our way back through the sewers to find that the city has been stricken of people and filled with zombie activity. It's to the point that even the mayor's infected and guards his desk containing the key we need to progress the story. I would like you to also keep in mind that this footage is extremely sped up and it is still taking 30 full seconds of this whole clip playing out to defeat him, even though it is sped up to 500%. So that just shows you how long and how grueling this challenge can be. However, I would say that these one-on-one fights aren't really difficult, so that's the only saving grace, is that may be monotonous, that I had to keep kicking over and over again, but it's not difficult per se. After defeating Todd, we improve our head stomp ability to make it faster by the use of jump, using less stamina and being more time efficient. We return to the church to discover Jen roped Joseph into helping her supply the police station, which is full of people that would kill us the moment we step foot in the building or even in the perimeter of the building. We make quick work of the police station and find Jen safe and sound. We begin to scold her for being so stupid, and the women of the group stop us from being so sensitive. Tight spaces against gun combat makes it easier to deal with than one in an open scenario. Cinemoy sends us back to the peak of the hotel to make contact with a mysterious man known as Ryder White, who informs us that he's broadcasting from the prison island not too far from our island. The next step in our plan is to make it to the jungle, where we are promised fun and games. However, to make it there, we need a bomb to blow up the entrance to a bunker that would lead us straight into the jungle. Once in the jungle, Jin guides us to the river village. We discover that the jungle is in a civil war that we must partake in, with step 1 being retrieving the stolen weapons and goods and returning them to our faction. During the process, we are introduced to the next zombie type, the Butcher. Butchers have bone arms, long hair, and a tendency to hunt you down. Ah, there's a scary pedophile looking zombie coming for me. Help! Please don't get me, Diddy. After returning the goods to the proper owners, we must now go to the other village and eliminate the leader, Afran. Running through his forces can be difficult sometimes due to the fact that it is very open in some areas, as well as there are many different people shooting you at any given time. Afran himself was very annoying because he had massive amounts of health, and only after a few minutes of fighting was I able to find the correct spot to consistently hit him without him attacking me back. Here's another one of these lengthy little fight scenes that you can skip ahead past. But just so you know, this one is also sped up to the max, so I don't know. It just takes forever. I'm just trying to show you. Skip to 3110 to get back to the good stuff. Upon his demise, we take a boat and reach Moen, who is in a remote location separate from the island, and tells us of a research lab that may be able to develop a cure to the virus. We clear the front of the lab of former scientist zombies and meet with Dr. West, providing him with a sample of our blood to see why we're immune and if that can help create a cure. But in the meantime, we clear the lab of the rest of the zombies, turn the power back on, and buy some medical supplies for ourselves. Well, this just feels like a typical day for me, you know me, just killing the undead scientists, putting them out of their misery, you know? That's all I was doing really, just clearing out the post of the former scientists. Yep, they're former lab partners, and they seem not care that they turned into zombies and want to kill them. Finally, Dr. West sends us to an ancient tribe deeper in the forest that have been known to also be immune to the disease, to whom we must prove ourselves to in order to retrieve their help. Once done, their shaman guides us to an ancient mountain known to the tribe. Where we find Urema, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, a tribal woman who was unconscious until the shaman tried to kill her because he felt bad spirits coming from her. We save her from death and lead her back down, or more fittingly, she leads us back down, returning back to the lab to talk with Dr. West. We leave Urema with Dr. West and head back to talk to Moen, who brings us to the city of Rubble to retrieve some fuel for the boat. Yeah, we just gotta do a little bit of some quick parkour just to, grab some blueprints, and then we make our way to the gas station and get some gas so we can fuel up the boat and use Moen. Help Moen help us make it to the prison. Followed by returning to Jin's dad's workshop for some pipes. And before we leave, we learn that Jin's dad has fully converted into a zombie, and she finishes him off for good, the only thing she's done right so far. We then return to the laboratory to find everyone has been zombified, and the doctor was using Urema, probably because he's racist, and she locked herself away in a cage, which he could have opened easily, but somehow freed all the infected because the scientist is the dumbest person in the room. Honestly, she just kinda lucked out, if I say so myself, but I digress. After finding out what happened, we find the cure intact and prepare to set sail for the prison alongside Moen. Titus is the big boss of the prison and our only way to get to Ryder safely. And to gain his trust, we must do some favors for him, starting with freeing one of his buddies. Whilst trying to free him, we set off an alarm that frees more zombies, making us clear the cell block once again. We then escort Titus's buddy through the prison safely. Oh yes, watch me finish off this thug zombie like nothing, stomping on the top of his head. Yes, I'm like that. Titus has another mission for us. We must retrieve supplies and weapons from guard stashes for him and his crew. I also have another question now. How exactly did the virus infect the prison island if it's secluded from everyone else? Is there like an in-game explanation I didn't see? Maybe there is. I really wasn't paying attention that hard, but we'll see. Also, I just want to make another note that this guy hacking sucks at hacking doors. He literally opened every other door before opening the correct door. What a bum. I don't think he'd be useful for anything else. Even at hacking, he couldn't possibly have any more skills that can warrant usefulness. Overall, Kevin, bad character, does nothing for us. We should leave him. Apparently that wasn't enough weaponry for him and his crew, so now he forces us to retrieve him food from the kitchen, which literally has an entrance right next door to where he stands, but I digress. He tells us of possible weapon stashes in cell block B and sends us to retrieve more weapons. Upon shutting off the power, Ryder informs us that Titus and his followers are murderous terrorists and cannot be receiving weapons or healthcare or escape off the island because they're bad people. A fight broke out, leading to a horde of zombies entering the cafeteria, and Moen died, helping Yurima and Jin escape barely. Ryder guides us to an elevator and gasses us, taking the vaccine from us. Kevin, the guy bad with door locks from earlier, helps us back awake. He tells us Ryder plans to take his wife through helicopter, and we have time if we take the different and more dangerous path to the roof before he can take off, and before the government can nuke the island. Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. The roof of the prison, BDIF soldiers, Ryder White, and some zombies. Once you have defeated all the soldiers and zombies sent your way, you make it to the helipad where Ryder resides. Ryder tricked us, oh no. And as he tried using some copium, Jin uses his wife against him by freeing her, allowing him to be bitten by her. His wife then dies after this for no apparent reason, and White shoots Jin. Dun dun dun. The game wants me to feel bad, but really, Jin is just annoying and I don't care for her. After he has been bitten, he takes a cure and just becomes a bigger, more steroid abusing zombie than before. This is the most anticlimactic fight of the game. There are a few walker zombies that fight you in the beginning, but once that, they spawn very infrequently, and White remains charging at you to punch you to your death. Upon death, nothing changes about White, so there's no real challenge per se. Even if I die, I just respawn and he still has the same amount of health. His moves are the same and he's just as annoying. You can run it back down to the lower part of the roof and keep him stuck in one spot where he can't hit you, while you can hit him freely. Like I said before, the walker zombies spawn in periodically, but they're of no threat. And then you can just eliminate them and continue fighting him again. Once he has been eliminated, Kevin turns out to be a pilot because he's just a pilot. Dude, I don't know. It's just convenient for us. And he flies us back to safety and nothing bad has happened and we are free to live our lives like regular normal people. In short, yes, it is possible to beat Dead Island only through kicking, and it is unbelievably easy at that. Death is basically nothing but a minor setback in this game, and kicking only makes eliminating zombies take a long time. What I will close with is thank you for watching, and I will see you on my next challenge or completion. Put your suggestions down below. My next video is gonna be a long one, so stay tuned. Coming out next month, next year even. You'll see. Thank you again for watching, and bye for now.
Hell yeah.
He was right about one thing. Benoit is lost. If not him, then someone else will soon send a nuke with our name on it. The quicker we leave, the better. Come on!
According to officials, Benoit is still under quarantine. The sought-after vacation destination, popular with celebrities and wealthy tourists alike, was ironically originally a penal colony and still houses one of the strictest maximum security prisons in the world. It is home to many dangerous criminals and terrorists, including Karen, the infamous hacker for hire who has worked for everyone from Al-Qaeda to the Yakuza. Meanwhile, news of the lethal virus on the island has caused a worldwide panic. Some have claimed that the virus is only the first wave of a massive international terrorist attack, and that the intentions are global. Bernard Green, spokesman for the Australian Defence Force, denies the claims.
There's no basis for these ridiculous rumors. The entire island is under military quarantine, and the maximum security prison is completely secure. The hacker known as Karen, and every other terrorist imprisoned there, isn't going anywhere. Humanitarian aid is on its way, and you can be sure that the virus, or whatever it is, will not leave the island.
The whole world anxiously watches what is happening in Benoit. For the moment, all flights in and out have been cancelled.
Oh, shit, man, I can't believe we made it. At this point, I'll be goddamn glad to have all my old problems back. As long as the world is the way it used to be. It's not. And never will be. Trust me.